All right, guys, these are my keys to victory versus the Bears for the Dallas Cowboys. The Bears are 3-4. They are in third place in the NFC North, right behind the Green Bay Packers. Now, we need to do offensively more of the same in terms of running the football. However, we need to tweak a few things to make our run game more effective, and we've seen glimmers of this throughout the season, but this is the game where you really want to break this out to a higher level to be effective. So the first thing that I'm going to recommend that we do is we need to see some overload formations, meaning we need to see a 31 type personnel, which means you have 3 tight ends and you have 1 running back and you have 2 tight ends to one side. That is going to allow us to double team on the edge, to get up on linebackers, and to force their safeties and their cornerbacks to run downhill and make plays versus Ezekiel Elliott, his power, toughness, and quickness, and the great Tony Pollard in regard to his extremely elite burst when he hits it, going vertical, full speed. He's a guy that's going to be very difficult to catch. So we need to incorporate that. And I don't think that in this game in particular, we need to do a lot of spread formations. I understand that that is a calling card of our offensive coordinator, and at times it can be very effective. But in this particular game, I believe that offensively speaking, the Bears, they want to try to pressure Dak Prescott and get licks on Dak Prescott. And one of the key ways to prevent that is to run the ball, but to run the ball in such a way that you make the game not just physical on their defensive line, but you make the game extremely physical on their linebackers with double teams and tight ends. And you can accomplish this when you do not just 21 personnel with 2 tight ends, use 31 personnel to create an overload situation, and even put that linebacker, not linebacker per se, but a guard in the backfield as a lead blocker in some of these scenarios to really punish and wear down this physical Bears front. Number 2, we need to continue to operate with play action pass. If we operate with play action pass out of the same formation, we can do route combinations with 3 of our tight ends. We could take advantage up the seam and create one-on-one matchups with CeeDee Lamb on the outside and Michael Gallup if we do this appropriately. We did a beautiful drag route with our tight end, Jake Ferguson, across the seam. It was a backside, really a drag route, corner tight route, and it was a beautiful completion. This is when Cooper Rush was playing, and we need to come back to plays like that and run route combinations to the overload side. And if you do that with Dak Prescott, he has the precision, he has the arm talent to drive the ball. It doesn't matter what side of the field that you actually run this to. It's going to be extremely beneficial, and using our 2 young tight ends along with Dalton Schultz is going to be the great equalizer on the back half of this season if it's done correctly, to create one-on-one matchups and to heighten the effectiveness of CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, especially when we play against tough physical defenses and tough physical corners. So that's my number 2. And my number 3 is that, man, we just need to do more of the same and be committed to being a physical football team. If our commitment to be a physical football team is there will be no stopping this team versus the Bears. They have a tough gang up front, no doubt about it. They're used to playing physical football, no doubt about it. However, if we come out with the mentality of supremacy, and that is what the Cowboys need to do, then we will win this game no problem from the offensive perspective. Now, to defense. Defense is really a side of the same coin in that they have a very physical, nasty offensive line. They're going to run the ball downhill at you. And this is one of those games that's going to be a heavy hitting game. And so our new nose tackle acquisition from the Raiders is going to play a big part in clogging up the A and the B gaps to free up our linebackers. But the mentality, defensively speaking, is that we have to run downhill. We're going to have to run downhill, and we're going to have to be extremely physical at the point of contact, meaning that as soon as someone gets the ball or as soon as we're trying to get blocked, that we are actually blowing up and being physical on those blocks. Number 2, play contain. Play contain. All of our defensive ends, from Sam Williams to Micah Parsons to Dorrance Armstrong to whoever they have out there. Listen, play contain football. Do not let the play action suck you inside and allow Justin Fields to hit the edges of your defense, because athletically, he is a good scrambling quarterback, and I see that being one of the only things that can really create some problems for the Cowboys. And what you will see the Bears try to do is, because of our front, they're going to try to max protect. They're going to try to chip, in particular, Micah Parsons. They're going to try to do things to basically shore up the protection and allow Justin Fields to get a clean pocket. And this is when Dan Quinn has to be creative and hit some blitzes from the inside. That's something that we hadn't been super effective doing. We have done some stunts this year, but we haven't been super effective at blitzing linebackers and defenders in the A and B gaps. And this is a game where you want to begin to bring that out and have some type of blitz packages in order to get the pressure in the face of Justin Fields. If you get the pressure in his face, then you're going to have all types of things that are going to go in the Cowboys' favor: interceptions, sacks, fumbles, the whole 9 yards. And so, furthermore, moving on, back to Justin Fields, create confusion, not just with the blitzes, but on the back end. Hide your coverages. Appear to be in man when you're in zone, right? Show 2 safeties when you're really going to play with 1. Allow his pre-snap read to be wrong by disguising some of your coverages and making Justin Fields beat you with his mind. And he's a young quarterback. He's a talented quarterback. But if you get pressure on him, he will fold. If you confuse him, he will throw the ball away. And that's what the Cowboys need to do to win this game at home and be very, very successful, being 6-2 going into the bye. So if you like videos like these, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, follow Dallas Cowboys Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. And until next time, see you.